Chunk. Chunk, chunk, chunk. Chunk. He's checked out. Anyone home up there? Chunk? Chunk. Chunky.
Chunky. Chunk, chunk, chunk.
Chunk. Sit. Chunk, sit. Chunk, sit. Come. Come. Chunk, come. Come. Chunk. Down. 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 Yeah, that's hard to live with it. Yeah. It will be. Chunk. Sit. That's not sit. I'm going to teach him a boundary first, see how he reacts to it, where I'm going to ask him to stay, not with a door, not with a baby gate. I'm going to ask him to stay in the kitchen. Gain some relevance for myself, gain some trust, gain some respect, and then we'll start the recall training. Okay? Here we go. I'm going to bring him over here. In my head, I make an imaginary line on the bottom of these two white parts of the wall here. That's how I'm going to know I don't want him to go past this. See his response to this. And then watch the language. My body tells me he's good, he's good. And watch when I confront him again. Already he's picking up on the concept. Look. Because I'm talking to him like dogs talk. You see? I didn't tell him. I didn't speak a word. Don't go past that white part, right? But every time he tried, that's when my body language got confrontational, pushed him back. And every time he went away into that little area. So this tells me this is good, how quickly he gave it up. Good. I set a boundary, he's listening to it, he doesn't even know me. Okay? Wait until he wants to come back out. Look at that. Huh? You can work with a dog like that. That's nice. Rig, rig, rig. I'm going to tease him to come out because I'm going to be petting Riggins right here. Hi. Hello, how are you? Some baby talk. Hi, how are you? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Rig, 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 rig. Great, 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 great. Hi, how are you? Okay, now you see you're picking up people who are watching us? He's understanding what I said, and I didn't say a bunch of words, English language, to tell him to stay there. I use my body, I use my intent, I use my energy, I use the sound of disapproval. And the dog already understands within a minute the boundary. He's testing it, but he understands. You can see he understands. Now that's what people mean when they say talk to a dog in the way that they understand. We'll add English language on top, but when I first meet a dog, I can't start with the English language, I start with their language. And then once I start to communicate with them with their language, and we're good on a relationship sense, then I'll start adding the English language, okay? Right. Ricky, Ricky, Ricky. Hi. How are you? Hi. 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 See him stop right there? That's no coincidence. That's where I've been consistent. I'm not going after that right now. But let me explain to you something. That bark was a demand bark. He says, I know you don't want me to come past here, but I want to come past here. So what do? Ruff. Right? Okay. But you can see already he understands that little boundary. Isn't that great? But you get to see how a dog responds when they get frustrated. And his was rough. I'm sure if there was a leash on him and it was tight, it would be bite to the leash. Very common. Okay? Very cool. I got an idea of the temperament of the dog. I'm going to get started. We're going to go with recalls. And I'm going to keep up this type of work as well for the next couple of days because it's going to go a long ways when it goes to the stay commands. Okay? Created a big boundary here. I'm not holding still. He's not going to sit, but he does have a boundary. Okay. Shh. Look, now I don't have to. Shh. I don't have to walk up to him right away. He knows. Okay. So this is going to teach him this, and then I can also teach him the word BREK to let him know that's when you're allowed to break the boundary that I just set. Okay, this is no different than the place command, really. I mean, it is different than the place command. But in theory, I'm giving him a boundary, and this is how he's reacting to the boundary that I set. Okay? The longer I keep him here, if there's something he really wants out here, outside the boundary, he's probably going to, at this point, bark, get frustrated, and all that kind of stuff. Okay? It just tells us what we're working with. Okay? Now let's set this boundary. Jump. Break. Good boy. I'm setting another boundary now, back to back. I'm going to tell him don't go up on riggers. Okay? Which I just did for the first time. Hi, Ricky. Hi, Ricky. You are a good boy. I'm also going to grab that bone because that gives me a reason for him to want to go over there. Wiggy, wiggy, wiggy. Okay, bone. Okay, now look, he's not telling me what. Hey, you didn't see that camera? I think Joe was checking the message or something. I told him not to come over here. So now he's getting used to me. The beginning of our relationship is me creating boundaries and backing my boundaries up. And he's responding really well. He's young. If he came in at 2 years, it would be more of a handful. But look, he wants to come over here, but I disagreed with it. Okay? So we've already controlled movements, and I kept him in that room without using any human language, right? Just the sound of disagreement. And then I told him not to come up on Riggins too, and I asked him to go away. And now he understands that, and I didn't say a word to him, okay? And that's how we start. Once we get the relationship going that way, and he understands the silent communication of what my body means when it's saying to him when I'm trying to tell him to stay and not move, and what I'm trying to tell him to come here and all that, then we're going to add on the human language, which is going to be the training, okay? Good. This is commonly referred to as dog whispering because I think they got that name because there's very minimal sounds, very minimal talking, if any at all. So he looks at Riggins again, he wants to go over there near that bone. I'm going to take this over there too. So I disagree with this now. I said I don't want you touching this either. Very good response from our boy. So everything on this carpet now I don't want you to touch. Okay? That's right. That's a a good boy. So now he's like, well, this room sucks. Let's go back outside, the last place I was. Good. And we'll be heading there in a second, honey. Come on, buddy. Good job, Chunk. Okay, now I'm gonna bring it back over to it again and see if he goes to try to touch it again. Good responses. Good boy. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that response. That was beautiful. Submitting to it, you know, this is a good boy. We knew it when we met you, bud. We knew it when we met you, you were one of the good ones. Okay, what he's gonna struggle with is whining, not complaining when he's in a duration, but that's typical for puppies, especially this breed. All right, honey, break, come on. Good boy, good job.